Let us continue with the remaining topics of the chapter number 3, Plant Kingdom. Today we are going to start with the classification of division algae of the plant kingdom. Class 1 of division algae is Chlorophyceae. The member of these are commonly called as green algae. The plant body may be unicellular, colonial or filamentous. They are usually grass green due to the dominance of the pigments chlorophyll A and B. The pigments are localized in definite chloroplasts. The chloroplast may be in different shapes like discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shaped, spiral or ribbon-shaped in different species. Most of the members have one or more storage bodies called pyrenoids located in the chloroplast. Pyrenoids contain protein besides starch. Some algae may store food in the form of oil droplets. Besides starch, some algae may store food in the form of oil droplets. Green algae usually have a rigid cell wall made up of an inner layer of cellulose and outer layer of pectose. Vegetative reproduction usually takes place by fragmentation or by formation of different types of spores. Asexual reproduction is by flagellated zoospores produced in zoosporangia. The sexual reproduction shows considerable variation in the type and formation of sex cells. It may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Some commonly found green algae are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Ulothrix, Spirogyra and Chara. In the given figure, we can see the colony of the Volvox and the filamentous form of Ulothrix. Next group is Phaeophyceae. The members of Phaeophyceae are brown algae found in marine habitats. They show great variation in size and form. They range from simple branched filamentous form as in Ectocarpus to profusely branched, that is highly branched forms as represented by kelps, which may reach a height of 100 meters. They possess chlorophyll A, C, carotenoids and xanthophylls. They vary in color from olive green to various shades of brown depending upon the amount of xanthophyll pigment. Fucoxanthin present in them. Food is stored as complex carbohydrates which may be in the form of laminarin or mannitol. The vegetative cells have cellulose wall usually covered on outside by a gelatinous coating of algin. In the earlier class we studied that the outer cover was of pectose. Here it is made up of algin. The protoplast contain, in addition to plastids, a centrally located vacuole and nucleus. The plant body is usually attached to the substratum by holdfast and has a stalk, the stipe, and leaf-like photosynthetic organ, the frond. Vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation. Asexual reproduction in most brown algae is by biflagellated zoospores that are pear-shaped and have two unequal flagella. Sexual reproduction may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Union of gametes may take place in water or within the oogonium in oogamous species. The gametes are pyriform, that is pear-shaped, and bear two laterally attached flagella. Common examples are Ectocarpus, Dictyota, Laminaria, Sargassum and Fucus. We can see here in the pictures that the root-like structure is holdfast that helps the algae to attach to the substratum. A thin stalk-like structure is stipe and the leafy structure is known as frond. Next group is Rhodophyceae. They are commonly known as red algae because of the predominance of red pigment are phycoerythrin in their body. Majority of red algae are marine with greater concentrations found in warmer areas. They occur in both well-lighted region close to the surface of the water and also at the great depths in the ocean where relatively little light penetrates. The red thallus of most of the red algae are multicellular. Some of them have complex body organization. The food is stored as Floridian starch. In the earlier class we seen laminarin and mannitol. Here it is Floridian starch, which is very similar to amylopectin and glycogen in structure. The red algae usually reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. They reproduce by asexual mode of reproduction, having non-motile zoospores, and sexually reproduce by non-motile gametes. Sexual reproduction is oogamous and accompanied by complex post-fertilization developments. The common members are Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Gracilaria and Gelidium. We can see here in the diagram given of the red algae the different parts: frond, stipe and holdfast. Here the first one is Porphyra and the second one is Polysiphonia. Let us compare the three classes of the algae: Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae. Common names are green algae, brown algae, red algae. Major pigments in Chlorophyceae is chlorophyll, Phaeophyceae is fucoxanthin and Rhodophyceae is phycoerythrin. Stored food in Chlorophyceae is starch, Phaeophyceae mannitol or laminarin, Rhodophyceae Floridian starch. Cell wall is made up of cellulose in Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae cellulose with algin and Rhodophyceae cellulose, pectin and polysulfate esters. Chlorophyceae have 2 or 8 equal apical flagella, while Phaeophyceae have 2 unequal lateral flagella, while Rhodophyceae have no flagella. Their habitat differs greatly. Chlorophyceae habits in freshwater, brackish water, salt water, while Phaeophyceae in freshwater, rare, brackish water and salt water major. Rhodophyceae freshwater, some, brackish water and salt water major. Next group is bryophytes. Bryophytes include the various mosses and liverworts that are found commonly growing in moist shaded areas in the hills. Bryophytes are the amphibians of the plant kingdom because these plants can live in soil but are dependent on water for their sexual reproduction. They usually occur in damp, humid and shaded localities. That is, उन्हें अपने सर्वाइवल के लिए, अपनी लाइफ साइकिल को कंप्लीट करने के लिए एक स्टेज पर सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन के टाइम पर वाटर की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. तो ऑब्वियस है कि वो ऐसी जगह पर हैबिटेट करेंगे जहाँ आसपास में उन्हें पानी मिल सके. दे प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन प्लांट सक्सेशन ऑन बेयर रॉक्स एंड सॉइल. दैट इज़ कि जिस ज़मीन पर कभी कोई प्लांट लाइफ देखी नहीं गई, उस ज़मीन पर लाइकन्स के अलावा ब्रायोफाइट्स ही वो प्लांट्स हैं जो सबसे पहले किसी भी बंजर ज़मीन पर ग्रो कर सकते हैं, और इन्हीं की वजह से इन ज़मीन पर, इन रॉक्स पर या ऐसी सॉइल पर प्लांट लाइफ स्टार्ट होती है और आज हम हायर प्लांट्स भी देख सकते हैं. द प्लांट बॉडी ऑफ ब्रायोफाइट्स इज मोर डिफरेंशिएटेड देन दैट ऑफ algae. इट इज़ थैलस लाइक एंड प्रोस्ट्रेट और इरेक्ट. दैट इज़ कि ये इनकी जो प्लांट बॉडी है वो थोड़ी algae से ज़्यादा डिफरेंशिएटेड है. मतलब algae जिसकी बॉडी में कोई स्ट्रक्चर क्लैरिफाई नहीं कर सकते थे, यहाँ हम थोड़ा बहुत क्लैरिफिकेशन दे सकते हैं. ये या तो प्रोस्ट्रेट यानी वर्टिकल होते हैं या फिर हॉरिजॉन्टल भी होते हैं. एंड दे आर अटैच्ड टू सबस्ट्रेटम. They attach to substratum by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. Rhizoids are root-like structures but not true roots. Hence, these organisms lack true roots, stem or leaves, but they possess root-like, leaf-like or stem-like structures. Root, stem, leaves खुद प्रेजेंट नहीं होते, लेकिन उनके जैसे स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. The main plant body of the bryophyte is haploid. Haploid, that is, they contain one set of chromosome. एन वाली जो कंडीशन है उसमें ये ब्रायोफाइट्स अपनी लाइफ साइकिल का मेजर टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं. इट प्रोड्यूसेस गैमेट्स, हेंस इट इज़ कॉल्ड गैमेटोफाइट. और यही स्टेज में, हैप्लॉइड स्टेज में ही ये गैमेट्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं और इसीलिए इनकी प्लांट बॉडी को गैमेटोफाइट कहा जाता है. द सेक्स ऑर्गन्स इन द ब्रायोफाइट आर multicellular. The male sex organ is antheridium, produce biflagellate antherozoids, and the female sex organ is called archegonium, that is flask shaped and produces a single egg. The antherozoids are released into water. यहाँ पर मेल गैमेट को एंथेरोजॉइड बोला है और फीमेल गैमेट को एग बोला है. इन्हें प्रोड्यूस करने वाले ऑर्गन्स एंथ्रीडियम और आर्किगोनियम कहे गए हैं. This is the typical structure of a bryophyte in which we can see archegoniophore and antheridogoniophore on the plant body. Even we can see the rhizoid-like structures over here. We can see a labeling called gamma cup. About this gamma cup, we will study further. The antherozoids are released into water where they come in contact with the archegonium. An antherozoid fuses with the egg to produce zygote. Zygote do not undergo reduction division immediately. They produce a multicellular body called a sporophyte. This sporophyte will be diploid in structure because the haploid body gametophyte produces gamete and they fuse. So n plus n becomes 2n. So sporophyte is a 2n structure. It is a non-free living, but it is attached to the photosynthetic gametophyte and derives nutrition from it. Some cells of the sporophyte undergo reduction division, that is meiosis, to produce haploid spores. These spores germinate to produce gametophyte of both the kind bearing archegoniophore and antheridogoniophore. So some spores are going to produce male bryophyte and some produce female bryophyte. Bryophytes in general are of little economic importance, but some mosses provide food for herbaceous mammals, birds and other animals. Species of sphagnum, that is a moss, provide peat that have been long used as a fuel and a packaging material for transshipment of living material because their capacity is very high to hold water. Mosses along with the lichens are the first organism to colonize rocks. Hence, they also are of great ecological importance. They decompose rocks, making the substrate suitable for the growth of higher plants. Since mosses form a dense mat on the soil, they reduce the impact of falling rain and prevent soil erosion. The bryophytes are divided into two subclasses, liverworts and mosses. Liverworts, they usually grow in moist, shady habitats such as bank of streams, marshy ground, damp soil, bark of trees and deep in the woods. The plant body of liverwort is thalloid, example Mercacia. The thallus is dorsiventral and closely appressed to the substrate, that is closely attached to the substrate. The leafy members have tiny leaf-like appendages in 2 rows on the stem-like structure. Asexual reproduction in liverworts takes place by fragmentation of thalli or by the formation of specialized structures called gammae. As I told you in the diagram, gamma cups. These gammae are green, multicellular, asexual buds which are developed into small receptacles called gamma cups located on the thalli. The gammae become detached from the parent body and germinate to form new individuals. During sexual reproduction, the male and female sex organs are produced either on the same or on the different thalli. The sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. After meiosis, the spores are produced within the capsule. These spores germinate to form free living gametophytes. We can see here in the picture again how the rhizoids, that is foot, seta and capsules are formed. Here we can see the gamma cup in which gammae are produced, which are asexual buds that give rise to the entire body of the gametophyte. Next subclass is mosses. The predominant stage of life cycle of a moss is the gametophyte, which consists of two stages. When the spores germinate, the first stage, protonema, is developed. It is a creeping green branched structure which is frequently filamentous in stage. The second stage is the leafy stage, in which the secondary protonema is developed as a lateral bud. They consist of upright, slender axis bearing spirally arranged leaves. They are attached to the soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids. This stage bears the sex organs. Vegetative reproduction in mosses is by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. In sexual reproduction, the sex organs antheridia and archegonia are produced at the apex of the leafy shoots. After fertilization, the zygote develops into a sporophyte consisting of foot, seta and capsule. The sporophyte in mosses is more elaborate than the sporophyte in the liverworts. The capsule contains spores. The spores are formed after meiosis. The mosses have an elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal. Common examples of mosses are Funaria, Polytrichum and Sphagnum. We can see here in the diagram the different structures. The lower one is a gametophyte. The upper body is sporophyte in a Funaria. Here capsule is also seen. Seta, leaves, rhizoids. All the labelings are very clear. The second one is sphagnum, in which two different branches are there. One is antheridial branch and the another is archegonial branch. This was all about bryophytes and the classes of algae. The remaining topics, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms and plant life cycles and alternation of generation we will cover in the next lectures.